Back in house with Coach Miles Holcomb, and first of all, I'm digging the pull over there.
Oh, that's Kevin Vincent right there.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's a Kevin Vincent.
Baseball special.
His logo, like he kind of brought that logo, kind of made that logo, and it's kind of we needed something that was something
like
a little different.
Quarters, almost a 3/4 sleeve, but go ahead.
Yeah, something a little different logo-wise too. That was, and Coach Vincent kind of brought this, and I think it just kind of stuck. Everybody's loved it.
Oh, I like it, dude. I mean, it's legit. That's the first thing I noticed when I come in here. I like y'all's black on red too, and it always looks good. And that's the colors of war too.
Ain't no doubt.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, Coach, we'll get into it right now. I know y'all have an off week, and I always love to talk about off weeks because I love to hear different philosophies on off weeks.
Yeah.
Most people treat them like game weeks, and I'm sure you probably do. But we're going to rewind the clock to the Fort Payne game. You guys played Fort Payne. You knew coach coming in. It's going to be a very tough game. You guys did come up on the short end of the stick, but you did see a lot of positives. And you and I talking off the camera, you told Coach Elmore, hey, Coach, some of these same cats are going to be playing you in the JV game because we're that young.
Yeah, there's
talk about that a little bit.
You look at how many guys we have. I mean, we lost two pretty big classes back to back, 23, 24. I think 27 seniors last year, 24 seniors the year before, and so our numbers is
what was that, 47 kids?
51.
51 kids in 2 years.
In 2 years.
Wow.
So like our numbers are probably as low as we've had them, like right at 80. And that's for us. That's in 6A football. That's pretty low. You think about it. And so it's a good number for us, but at the same time, like we need. We're trying to have 100 kids on the roster. Like that would be the goal for us. And so we are in that situation where we got a lot of freshmen. We got a lot of talented freshmen and guys who are going to be talented. And so they are rotators. So like they've got to find a way, to rotate in, whether it's special teams, whether it's offense, defense. It like at some point in time, like you got guys that have to rotate in, and I mean that's who we have. Like we have 9 receivers, which when you think of receivers, I mean I remember one year when I was at Hoover, my second year, we had 27 receivers. We have
Jeez.
9, and so we have 3 running backs, and that's 3 running backs for varsity and JV, and so that's
I have 3 total.
3 total running backs, and so they all get carries on Friday, and so then
they have to.
You just have to be careful, through the week. Like they can't play them the whole game, on JV, but they got to get a couple carries here and there. Because the rest of those guys need reps, and we just got 3 of them. We was at the point a couple of weeks ago. We're like, hey, these guys, the older, like the guys who have been getting reps on Friday, hey, they can't play. So Brock Johnson, who played running back last year and has converted to being like an outside linebacker, was like, Brock, you good running the ball? He's like, I'll run it. So like Brock, Brock just comes over and runs and did a great job. Did a great job running it. So that's kind of where we are, numbers wise and personnel wise, and we got a good team. We We haven't played our best yet, and some of that's been because of maybe who we've played. I think
they had no break now.
I think the quality of competition we've played. I mean, obviously that showed. Like the only loss that the teams that's beat us has had is on each other. Like Fort Payne lost to Gunnersville, and that's it. Like that's the only loss that Hoax Bluff, Fort Gunnersville, or Fort Payne's had so far this year. And so, I mean, we haven't played our best, but some of that's because of the opponents that we've played. Like they've forced us not to play our best.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I still believe like we got a chance to be a good football team before the year's over. It's just when you got a team that's we're trying to grow. Problem is you can't wait too long, because if you wait too long, you're not going to have a chance to get the 11th one. And we came in here and I told them, we told them Monday, like, look, everything that we want is kind of still out there in front of us. The team last year was in the same situation and hosted a playoff game. And so I think guys came in a little bit with all the skies falling mentality, because we've been fortunate, here that we start fast, and our the Achilles heel back in 21-22 was that we couldn't finish the year, but we would start fast. And this year's kind of the flip. We're hoping we can finish the right way. We just hadn't started really fast. We were lucky that we started 1-0 in the region and then dropped to 1-1, and so everything we want is still out there. And so we used this week. We had an honest film study. When we watched tape on Monday, like, look, these are the things we do well. These are the things we got to work on this week. And we had 4 really good days of practice, I thought. I told them the last 2 days, I can live with a mediocre execution day because we didn't game plan each other the last couple days. Like, we just called stuff that we know we're going to run. We called stuff that we got to get better at. We called some plays on both sides of the ball that we had busted on or had an MA on in the last couple games. Well, the look we get, the front we get, may not be good versus that play. So I could live with a couple, just we didn't execute well because it's not good versus that look. We just wanted to see effort. We wanted to see like some of the best effort practice-wise that we've had. And yesterday and the day before, we had them. Like I told them Wednesday when we finished up practice on Wednesday, and we had about a 2.5 hour practice on Wednesday, trying to get after it just to see, if we'd break or if we'd compete. And guys competed. And I said, look, I could watch 100 of those practices in a row. Like, it wasn't perfect.
Guys going at it.
No doubt. It wasn't perfect. We kind of went back a little bit different, and we did a little bit less thud and a little bit less tracking, a little bit more tackle to the ground, because we've struggled tackling and we've struggled with making guys miss. And so, how do you want to hold guys accountable on Friday nights if you don't ask them to do it during the week?
It's hard to.
Especially
then you
something
can't get
that
nobody injured.
That's right. So it's a fine line of, we got to teach them how to tackle the right way. We got one young kid that's playing receiver the other day, and he feels like, I kind of hurt my collarbone. I was like, yeah, because you need to learn how to fall. I was like, you're too small to be landing right on your shoulder. I was like, you need to kind of roll and kind of take some of that off that collarbone, brother.
That thing will snap.
Ain't no doubt. And we can't afford to get nobody hurt. So it is a fine line. We just, at the end of the day, it was, we've got to tackle better. We got to tackle better in space. We got to make guys miss when we get in space. And, we felt like as a staff, like we need to do a little bit more of those things so that we can evaluate them on practice tape as opposed to only having the game film to evaluate that off of.
That's right. Because they're only going to follow the habits
exactly
that they do in practice. That's a fact. This week, again, I want to talk to you about an off week because I love to hear different philosophies on off weeks and different mentalities. But first thing most coaches say is it's not off.
Oh, it ain't off. No, we're not off. Like,
we're not
it's
playing
an open
a game,
week. Yeah.
but we're getting after it. But
yes.
Go ahead, Coach.
That's correct. Like, it's open. Like, it's just it's open. It's not off. It's just we're open. And we kind of went Monday through Thursday this week. Again, most of the time we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during an open week, but we felt like that we needed the Shells Day on Monday to kind of get past last week. We needed to fix those mistakes, get past that one, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we could really focus on us. And I'm a big believer in making sure that, especially with special teams, has been a big deal for us this week. We need as much special teams reps as possible, but not only do we need the special teams, we need the individual periods to work on the skills that we are asking them to do during special teams.
Right.
And so, a lot of times, like you get in high school football, a lot of times you get, hey, it's kickoff period, it's kickoff return period, it's PAT field goal period, and it's just, hey, let's line up, let's run our scheme stuff. Well, we needed to get the individual drills more this week, and so we need to make sure guys understood, like, this is the look team, these are the guys that's going over here, we want you to do this, and these are the guys who's on kickoff return, and this is the drill we're working kickoff return, because in our system, these are the things we're going to ask you to do, I think we kind of got back to some basic stuff, a lot more indie. We still went team, we still went good on good, we still went, 2s on 2s. I mean, all of that stuff stayed the same. It was a good week for us to kind of get back to some fundamentals, get back to being physical, get back to, making sure that we're taking the right step, making sure that we're comboing the right way, we're ID in the front the right way, and it's been good. I've been excited about it. I told them yesterday. I think the last 2 days is probably, they look like they've had more fun at practice than than we've had since fall camp.
That's good. How does your staff do a Friday that you're off? Do y'all go scout? Do y'all stay in house, or how do you and the staff work on a Friday that you're off?
I can tell you what I'm gonna do. So when I leave here today, my son's birthday is on the 22nd, and so we're having his little party this weekend. And so, because I know that if we don't, we try to do it through the week, or the bad part is like I'm gonna see him on his birthday.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our work done as efficiently as possible, and then I'm gonna go home and see him. And so Kayla was looking at it. She's like, "Hey, this is probably the best opening. This is probably the best day we can have to do this." And so I'll watch some games on my phone on NFHS, and I think some guys may go watch other teams, but I'll be honest with you, like as much as we spend up here, as much time as we spend up here, if we get a chance to be off, like if Kayla wants to go with me and watch a game, we'll go. But I'm gonna go home and spend some time with him.
I totally get it. Me of all people get it.
I'm sure. I guarantee that.
Yeah, I did. I totally get that. Sometimes you just want to shut it down, especially if you get a chance to. It's the best time to.
Last night, the Orange Beach is playing Satsuma on TV. And so we're at the house, and we got high school football on the TV. But she's all in. So she loves watching ball too, and it's funny. My son's he's a comic guy. He likes technology, and my daughter, she'll go around the house, and she'll have like a piece of paper rolled up, and she'll be going touchdown Southside, because she hears it on the loudspeaker at home. So
she's more of
she's a sport. Yeah, absolutely. She's already in basketball and dance, and so.
Well, buddy, guess what?
That's it. Yeah,
you ain't gonna have zero time. No. When you get off, you gotta have to go do all that.
Oh yeah. No, that's fun. That's it's. I think I always dream of we can have a little time, and then you get time in the summer, and you get that week off, and by Tuesday you're like, God, what am I gonna do with myself the rest of the week?
It's weird.
So
that's why I get asked 100 times, why you go all these games and stuff across the country? I'm like, dude, if I don't, they're going to put me in like Bryce Hospital with a straitjacket or something. I have to get away, dude. I have to.
Because if you don't, you're working.
No, that's it, yeah. That, and it starts messing with my psyche.
Yeah.
If I don't hit reset and go just decompress and get away, put the phone down, and go watch some baseball and relax. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do that, I'm telling you, I'd be in a straitjacket sometimes.
I completely believe that. Yeah. I completely believe that.
It's insane. Coach, before we shut it down, I always like to kick it back to you just for final thoughts.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a shameless plug. Listen, we are in our 10K giveaway right here. So if you see one of our guys that's trying to sell one ticket, for a chance at $10,000.
Is it like a reverse draw?
It is I don't know. It's the, you buy a ticket, it's got the deal, and we've got that. There's like a program now that does the.
Do you have any graphic or anything? We can post it.
Yeah, I can send it to you. Sure
send it to me. I'll share it.
Absolutely.
So they have to buy a ticket. Go ahead.
So the kids, they're responsible, and this is an athletic foundation. Every athlete, we ask them to sell one ticket.
Gotcha.
And that's it. They just got to sell one ticket, and it kind of goes back into the athletic foundation that allows us to create the experience for our student athletes that we feel like they deserve.
Gotcha.
So if you see a football player and they are selling a ticket and they don't ask you about it, ask them about buying a 10K giveaway ticket.
A 10K giveaway ticket. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So everybody heard that. So 10K giveaway ticket. All right, perfect. All right, well, Coach, and you send me that graphic, we'll get it posted.
I sure will. Yeah.
Appreciate you so much, Coach, and good luck to you guys. Enjoy the off week, and then we'll get back to business. We're going to actually start doing these shows early, first thing in the week, on Mondays.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.